And when you talk about the trans thing, why are they so violent? Why are y'all so violent? Or let me say this, I don't want to make a a broad statement about trans people in that way because I don't have stats to prove it. But why isn't there I will say this, why isn't there a strong push to rebuke when trans people are violent to say that's not the way we want to roll? I don't see a strong push for that. I leave room to be wrong. Show me where that push is from trans people or pro-trans activists. Say, hey, maybe we shouldn't be chasing Riley Gaines down because she didn't want to look at Leah Thomas's banana in the locker room. Maybe we shouldn't be like an angry mob attacking her. Who knows if we wanted to unlive her? You guys look like you. What were you going to do if you got to her in the San Francisco State University incident? I don't see a big push for people saying, from that side, saying, that ain't the way. A lot of people on the non-left said J6 was stupid, like I did. Even though I defend your right to protest, I'm not against you. A lot of people on the non-left say, well, no, it's not, I don't want to do it that way. That's not the right way to do it. We want to be more civilized. I don't see that. So I'm not going to make a brash statement about all trans people, but I will make a brash statement about all trans people and activists. I don't see a push. Maybe there is. Maybe I'm in an echo chamber, but this is TP USA at the University of Washington. Why are you so angry?
Technically, no.
Yeah, no, you just support the genocide of trans kids and you want everyone who's born to die? Yeah, no,
That
you
is
do.
such an assumption.
It's such an assumption, right, with all of this shit. Right.
What is anti-trans on the table?
Your TPUSA, you dumb bitches. Whatever.
Oh, so
Fuck off my campus,
That's
you Nazi.
illegal.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
you see the
Hey, Rachel, can you call campus security?
Yeah, I will actually.
see the non-left response to it. That's illegal. That's not nice. And I want peace. I don't want any other but look at the differences. The non-left asks looks like a transgendered person, what's transphobic about what we have on our table? The transgender's person brain short circuits, can't answer the question, and then tips over the table where they're being peaceful. And the response from the non-left is, that's not nice. We gonna get our ass beat. We are gonna get our ass so beat. We're gonna be in the gulags talking about that's not so nice. They out here saying we gotta beat your ass now so we don't beat it later.
In order to prevent us from whooping your ass in the future, we have to whoop your ass right now. This is psychopathic behavior.
And what is, for a lack of a better term, our response from the non-zombie left? That's not nice. Somebody call security. The campus security probably come out with batons and beat your ass for being TPUSA. They probably would come out and be like, what happened here? They'd be like, we TPUSA. A transformer tipped over a table. We just asked it what we were doing that was transphobic. We're not even against you. And they said, where are you from again? We said we're from TPUSA. And then the batons come out. And they're like, oh, damn, they're going to beat the Transformers ass. Nope, they're going to beat your ass.
In order to prevent us from whooping your ass in the future, we have to whoop your ass right now. This is psychopathic behavior.
That's what would happen.
Technically, no.
Yeah, no, you just support the genocide of trans kids.
Oh, so this person says, you just to support, this is a TPUSA event at the table. They sound like the geekiest, nerdiest TPSU, TPUSA type people, which I give you credit to have courage to go onto that campus. I'm, joking here with y'all, but for you young people to be on the campus of University of Washington, to be peaceful with a table, to say, here's my take. I'm not against you. Let's have a civil discussion. Much respect to you. I've never done that, so I'm not trying to be against you. So they're at the table. And then this person says, there's a trans genocide happening. They're like, damn, that's pretty bad. We don't want the TPSU people I know their take. They're like, we don't want a trans genocide. What do you mean by that? What's the trans genocide?
Yeah, no, you just support the genocide of trans kids.
Oh, we support the genocide of trans kids. Where the hell did you hear that from? Like, who told you that? okay, well, let's have a discussion. Maybe we can connect, get to know each other. You're going that stochastic terrorist route, and I know it's probably because we don't know each other. Let's have a conversation.
And you want everyone who's poor to die? Yeah, no,
That
you
is
do.
such an assumption.
It's such an assumption, right?
Listen to the soft response. The left response is, you support genocide. Do you know what genocide means? That, I mean, you're saying that you really support, literally accused of supporting unliving people based on their identity. And the response is, that's an assumption. The non-left's response is, that's an assumption. Y'all, I'm not joking. We are going to get our ass beat.
In order to prevent us from whooping your ass in the future, we have to whoop your ass right now. This is psychopathic behavior.
Guys, if they accuse us of wanting a trans genocide when there's no sane person in the world that believes that, and that person obviously didn't know the TP USA people. They're talking about the organization. For whatever reason, maybe they got disinformation, and the response from the non-left is, that's an assumption. What?
No, you just support the genocide of trans kids, and you want everyone who's poor to die? Yeah, no,
That
you
is
do.
such an assumption.
It's such
The response from the non-left is, that's such an assumption. That's not even a defensive response. So that's the political version of this trans person saying, you want to genocide all of us, which is one hell of a claim to believe. Like, imagine if you really believed that in your head, how messed up your head would be. Much less the transformer aspect of it, much less if you're taking drugs from Big Pharma. What Big Pharma drugs are you taking as a part of your transformation? We know who this is sponsored by.
The 65th Grammy Awards is sponsored by Pfizer.
So much less if you're taking a cocktail of ingredients sponsored by this company or any company. You've got your hormones racing. You're all over the place. And then on top of that, you honestly in your head believe that these people want to unlive a group of people based on their identity. Imagine how whacked out you would be. I don't know that person. I'm just saying in general. And the response from the non-left is, that's an assumption. That's gonna get our ass beat.
an assumption, right, with all of this shit.
That the response from the looks like a transgender person says, oh yeah, that's an assumption with all of this shit on the table. None of that shit on the table says anything about any type of genocide.
With all of this shit. Right.
What is anti-trans on the table?
And listen to the calm response from the non-left. What is anti-trans on the table? I want to be peaceful. I'm not saying anything else. I'm just, tell me where I'm wrong. I'm just analyzing what happened. He said, that's an assumption. Well, tell me, what's anti-trans on the table?
Your TPUSA, you dumb bitches.
Then the answer is your TPUSA. By definition, you are pro-genocide, you're anti-trans. No substance, all emotion. And the anti-left says, where did you get that from?
Whatever. Fuck off my campus,
Hey, that's
you Nazi.
that's illegal.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
That's assault, actually.
And then I didn't even notice that the first time. Pushed, look at this. Walked up and pushed. The dude didn't do anything, at least in the clip. You see it in the shadow. There's a dude here. I don't know if the hand connected. Push the dude.
That's illegal.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
That's assault, actually.
That's why this person said that's Jesus Christ. The left says all that, does all that, then on their own because their brain short-circuited because they just wanted facts like, well, you know, it's kind of like you trying to connect. You're like, okay, you think that there's a genocide. I want a genocide. Obviously, I do not. Show me why you think that so we can connect. And the trans person's brain literally short circuits right in front of our eyes.
We are absolutely getting dumber as a species.
And then on top of that, tips over the table, does a stiff arm, on the way out, stiff arms the one dude who didn't do anything, wasn't being aggressive, and the response is, that's assault.
Illegal?
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
That's assault, actually.
Hey, Rachel, can you call campus security?
Yeah, I
please?
will actually. Hey, I have it on camera. Hey.
You are.
Technically, no.
So go ahead
no,
and
you
call
just
campus
support.
security, and I'm gonna let Eric July tell you what happened when they called campus security.
In order to prevent us from whooping your ass in the future, we have to whoop your ass right now. This is psychopathic behavior.
I don't know I'm not gonna pretend to know what the answers are.
I mean, this may be a negative thought, or maybe a positive one. I don't know. But if people aren't getting along, like in relationship, they break up.
The answer ain't gonna be like, that's an assumption, and call campus security. That ain't gonna solve nothing. That ain't gonna be the answer. We need a respectful, stronger response, and I don't know what it is.
Like, why don't we just finally just realize that these states aren't working and like divide up into like 2 or 3 countries?
I don't have all the answers, but now's the time for defense. That's not even that's a get your ass beat response. Riley Gaines does nothing to anybody, goes on the college campus, and damn near gets unlived by an angry mob. And what's the response? Nothing. I'm gonna sue you. That's the response. Okay. They'll happily beat your ass. They'll happily unlive you, get sued, and then what? Some blue-haired judge says your lawsuit has no merit. I don't think y'all understand what's happening right now. I don't think you all fully understand the situation that we're in. Sometimes when people get nuts, you got to kind of be like, we're past the point of kind of doing this the normal way. We have to have a peaceful divorce.
I have grown past the point of being able to be shocked.
I mean, this may be a negative thought, or maybe a positive one. I don't know. But if people aren't getting along, like in relationship, they break up, So like, why don't we just finally just realize that these states aren't working and like divide up into like 2 or 3 countries of like USA 1 and USA 2. And they can be USA 1. Like the conservatives can be USA 1 because they love being number 1 and it means something to them. And I'd love to have that be theirs. They can be USA 1, we'll be USA 2, and we'll be allies. And you'll come over here and we'll go over there. And, when you come to many times when you go to a different country, you have to get a vaccine. That's it. By the end of my answer, I have no idea what the question was. I don't think I'm anywhere near it.